Hey there. Welcome back if you've been here before. If not, I'm Roseanne, and I am the founder and CEO of Wildly Practical, where I offer coaching and consulting services. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about, brace yourself, Ted Lasso, the show, and Veep. Now, I recently started watching TV at night. Before then, the only time I really watched TV was on like long haul flights, right, where you're heading across the pond, or somewhere where it takes you, you know, 6 to 18 hours to get there. And so I started watching Ted Lasso. I know, very old series, but I hadn't watched it. And I sort of binge watched it. Like I would watch a few episodes every night. And then I finished and I'm like, shit, well, I think there's going to be a fourth season coming soon, maybe in August. But I started to wonder, like, and compare in my mind the difference in the relationships that Ted has with Coach Beard versus Selena Myers and Gary. And like when I was watching Veep on flights, I couldn't get enough of it. I wanted a Gary. You know, I loved that show. I thought it was very, very good, very entertaining, and you know, Selena, questionable ethics, I suppose, and purpose, but you know, the character was kind of badass, right? So I liked it. But so they couldn't be more different, but great examples of leadership. So Ted and Coach Beard, right? They're both coach, so that was weird for me. Their relationship is built on mutual respect. I should probably take off my glasses. Based on mutual respect. So, you know, it's okay for Coach to kind of quietly say, like, buddy, no, you know, or just to, you know, give the correct answer if Ted misspoke. Like, it's okay. Again, mutual respect, trust. Both leaders in very different ways, but they have a connection. And the connection extends even beyond work, right? They're happy to go sit at a pub and have a beer, or, you know, some of Coach Beard's kind of craziness. But Ted was never judgy or criticized that. It was just kind of like, okay, well, that's him. That's what makes him uniquely him. Bravo. Keep showing up and doing your job, and we're good, right? And then the Gary and Selena, and remember I did say I always wanted a Gary. That's really an unhealthy relationship, obviously. I mean, I just stated the obvious. Gary exists to be in Selena's orbit, right? Everything he does fuels the flame that makes Selena more Selena. If you know, you know. And if not, I couldn't even, there's no time to explain it. And you know, Selena mocks him, probably would never be seen in public with him, like in a friendly way, like sitting at sitting in the pub having just a caring conversation, right? And a lot of people think, well, you shouldn't really have a caring conversation with, you know, let's call it your leadership team. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you really should. Because how do you know? How do you know if you're on course? You need someone who cares enough about the business and you as a person to be able to say, hey, you know, we're off course. We need to adjust course. And as leaders, we need to respect and listen and ask for more information. I've witnessed businesses and teams operating in that Selena Gary-ish realm. And maybe they're not showing up out of just loyalty and sheer admiration for their direct report or the boss, the way Gary shows up for Selena. Maybe they're showing up because they want their job. They want a paycheck. Times are really uncertain. And that's fine. Work for a paycheck, but keep asking the people that work for us and with us why they're there. It's always more than a paycheck. You know, you have to get to it, right? What do they want besides a paycheck? And I guess the whole point is we want to have that leadership, relationship, and connectedness that Coach Lasso and Coach Beard, and even, I don't remember his name, but he left to go to the competitor and came back. You know, Ted didn't hold grudges, clearly. He saw value in people. And he understood the very basic nature, right? People are going to make mistakes. And that's okay. Learn from them. Make sure you learn from them. Extend your hand, help them up, and move on. Right? Selena, no. You make one mistake and you're just done. Yeah, so that's just something to think about. I have a few other thoughts on it, but I don't want to just belabor that point. And the next time we meet, I think we should talk about adjustments, because we always have to be open to adjustments. Yes, keep your eye on the prize, that long-term goal, but know that you might have to course correct, a little reroute along the way. Y'all have a good day. Keep living your life. I'm going to keep living mine, okay?